Wogan Ready TV. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. And I told you I was gonna bring y'all, my thoughts and the whole Cameron and Jim Jones. The little, I ain't gonna say it's beef because them dudes they older now. You know what I mean? They basically came in the game together. You know, um, but I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts and my perspective because it seemed like every couple of years, for like the last maybe 10 years, I want to say, them dudes been having a little shit going on back and forth, and I kind of think they feed off each other. You know what I mean? Like I said before, shout out to Jim Jones for that album At the Church Steps. That shit is immaculate. I love it. You know what I mean? I love it for the fact that ain't nobody really coming out with no good music these days like that, especially like for dudes like in my age bracket. But I want to speak on that song right now. That hold on, yo, that song right there is a banger. It's definitely a banger. It make you feel like you want to be from Harlem for that moment when that song come on. I can imagine how the streets of Harlem is reacting to that song right now. I know everybody is riding past and they will just, just hold on. I would love to hear Cam on that song. I would love to hear Cameron on that joint. I think right now would be the perfect time for him to lay down his version of it on some freestyle shit. Just go ahead and do it. It'll be dope. It'll be dope for hip hop. It'll be dope for they little they look back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Jim probably be on some shit like, oh, this nigga, he's still throwing shots. He gonna rap off my beat, you know what I mean? But he from Harlem, and I would love to hear Cam. You know what I mean? This is for once. I wish they wasn't beefing just so he can be on that song, just so he, I can hear him and Jim together on that song. You know what I mean? But, back to my thoughts and my perspective of the whole situation. Now a lot of people were saying, I forgot who it was. I was watching it was one of these YouTube videos. They was saying like, Jim had a album release and this was a minute ago. My bad, I had to pause that for a minute. Yeah, it's like Jim had an album release and Cam was there and they was like Cam was in like his own little section, and it was like kind of like a jealous look on Cam's face because for once, I think that's when the song "Ballin'" came out. You know what I mean? That was Jim first, song by itself, and it did numbers. And it was like for once the attention wasn't on Cam, it was on Jim. You know what I'm saying? So Cam was like looking like kind of, jealous because you got to remember, Jim always been, and like he was like Cam, like hype man. He wasn't really a rapper until like the later years, with Dipset. The later, he was like like the later years of Dipset. He was like, he started rapping and all that. You know what I mean? So you got, the person that used to be your hype man, and he finally getting his shine. Me personally, I would be happy. You know what I mean? Because that's not only making me look better, but it's bringing more revenue into, the whole Dipset situation. You know what I mean? But some people different. Everybody different. Some people want to keep people where they at. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that was Cam's intentions, but like if you hear like the stuff Cam's saying now, like, oh, he was never from Harlem, or he was never like we just had a business relationship. I think that was like corny. I mean, I'm a fan of Cam, but when I heard him say that, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because them dudes, they came, they was together for a minute. You know what I mean? For him to say that, I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Somebody that was in your camp, repping Bird Gang, holding it down. You know what I mean? Fighting for. Outside of the music, like fighting for you, and that boy, he came on a John cried. You know what I'm saying? He had an interview where he cried like, no, I held this down. And, Cam kind of made fun of him, like, well, he always crying. He an emotional dude like that. But you never know how somebody would feel when they put their life on the line for your dreams. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, that person is up now. So in Cam's mind, he probably like, oh, this dude think he this, think he that. And I'm the one that made you. So I think that kind of made Cam like step away from the whole situation. But the way I'm looking at it, because like you got people like Joel Santana that's caught in the middle, but Joel Santana was, brought on. He was brought to Dipset, well, through Cam. You know what I mean? He met Jim later, but that was Cam's young boy. So when Cam stepped away, he kind of left them dudes to fend for themselves. Jim Jones kept moving. You know what I mean? He kept it going. Joel's tried, but, for whatever reason, he ain't put out no music like that. A lot of people were saying, like, Cam still had him under contract, but I don't think that's true. Cam said he been out his contract. But you got to think about it now. Santana, your young boy, he ain't no young boy no more, but Jim Jones is still keeping that brother name alive. And that's a good thing because Joel's is one of them spitters that everybody love. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that this little spark right here with this new album, Joel Santana on a remix, that just I think Jim Jones is giving Joel Santana some life, some inspiration. I think Joel Santana about to drop some crazy shit. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? But thanks to Jim. Thanks to Jim because he's keeping it going. And I understand people grow. Like you see Cam doing his thing with Mace and all that. And I think, if you was Jim, how would you feel? How would you feel like this was somebody, I know that was your man back in the day, but we done been through all this shit together only for you and that boy to, patch up whatever y'all patched up. And now you looking at me crazy because y'all making all this money. And it's like, forget everything we've been through. You know what I mean? Because the whole entire time of Cameron's career, Mace wasn't nowhere around. In the beginning, they fell out right in the beginning of Cameron's career. It's been Jimmy and Cam, not Mace and Cam. You know what I'm saying? But, that's what's up. They doing their thing on the sports shit and all that. But Jim, if I was Jim, I would probably feel some type of way too. Like, oh, you just ain't never really want me to get my shine. You know what I'm saying? And that whole situation sparked over again because of 50 coming on, his show, his platform, and they kind of like making fun of Jim. So yeah, I understand why Jim felt the way he felt. You know what I mean? It was, to me, I think that was kind of corny for Cam to say that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we just had a business relationship. He was just, dude with the house who used to use his house. Like, even if that was true, I don't think that had to be said. Like, I honestly think Jim was a little hurt behind that. You know what I mean? I would have been hurt. Like, damn, I thought we was like brothers. But, and I think that put a battery in Jim back to go hard, to go real hard at this music shit. You know what I'm saying? Because for real, truth be told, since Jim started making, like after balling, he just took off. Even if his albums wasn't, going quadruple platinum and all that, Cam ain't put out another album. He ain't put out no more music. I guess it wasn't working for him. I don't know the last time Cam put out some music. You know what I mean? That was actually good. And we all know Cam can rap. I don't think Jim is the better rapper than Cameron. You know what I mean? But as far as songs, making good music, right now Jim got him. And I don't know if Cam can ever get that back. You know what I mean? I don't think he can get that back because for one, no matter who, y'all can feel the way y'all want to feel, but Jim got the streets. All that nine trade, blood shit and all that. He been repping that for a long time. So he had the people, the people in the streets of Harlem followed him more than they follow Cam. And that's just to me. That's just how I look at it. I don't know if that's how it go, but it seemed like that in the streets of Harlem, the people was more so following Jim. You know what I mean? As far as like the the people that listen to hip hop and from that era got a ear for music and all that, I think them probably more so the Cameron fan. Then you got people that's like right in the middle. It's like, you know what I mean? I just want to hear good music. So I like Jim and I like Cam. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my thoughts of it and my whole situation. But through everything, I think, Jim success right now is gonna make Joel Santana step up his shit and put out some real shit. And out of all this, that's what I want to see. I want to see Joel Santana come back hard, come back where he, you know what I'm saying, where he should have been. But everything about timing though. Some things about timing. If it's meant to be, them dudes will patch up everything and they can make some good music and keep it going. You know what I mean? I think that's what everybody want to see. But through all the bullshit, I think this is just Jim time and it's Santana time if he take advantage of it. That's just how I see it, man. But that's my thoughts and perspectives. What's your thoughts? You know what I mean? Leave it in the comments, man. This Woke on Ready TV. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Peace and love.